Are you a parent who loves to read? And even if you don't, are you wondering if your baby will love to read? Well, in this video, you'll learn how to help your baby become excited about reading, even as a newborn. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Susan Stephenson, violinist and teacher, here at my online studio, Beautiful Heart Musical Journey Babies and Beyond, where I teach your musical baby classes and Suzuki violin lessons. And one of my goals for this channel is to guide you and your baby to become lifelong learners together and to develop a deeper relationship through musical activities. So be sure to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any future videos. Well, many parents think that their baby can't get excited or wouldn't appreciate being read to until they're much older. And maybe you've thought of it this way too. And that's understandable. But in this video, you'll learn the reasons to start reading to your baby sooner rather than later. Now, there is more going on in your baby's brain than you can even imagine, and you don't want to lose the precious opportunity to develop their brain. If you keep watching, I'll show you how reading to your baby from the day they are born can help them be excited about reading. Now, it would seem like a tiny baby would have no clue what you are reading to them. But using the information that I'm going to share with you, it will start to make perfect sense. Now, you may be wondering why we are talking about reading on a video channel about musical activities for babies. Well, that's a good question, and I have a good answer for you. I'd like to tell you about your musical baby class. And many of the activities focus on literacy. And those activities help your baby to develop basic language skills and will lead the basic language skills that lead to reading and writing later on. And I honestly believe that one of the most delightful and important activities a parent can do with their baby is to snuggle up and read out loud to them. It is truly an intimate one-on-one bonding experience. Your soothing voice is the voice that your baby knows best. And that's one reason to read to your newborn baby immediately. Make it a part of your routine, and your baby will get excited about books and reading as they grow. And besides all that, it's just fun to do. And there's a massive amount of research about the importance of reading to your baby, but the following items seem to appear in almost any article about the subject. One of them is reading stimulates language and cognitive skills and enhances memory and teaches communication. Another is babies read to as newborns typically have larger vocabularies and are better prepared to begin reading on their own later on. Also, reading out loud exposes your baby to feelings through different sounds when reading and conveying the idea that words have meaning and sounds mean certain things. And even your 0 to 3-month-old baby will begin to focus on simple patterns such as shapes, letters, and colors. But there's also a couple of other items that I read about that didn't appear so frequently, but they seem no less important. The first one made sense to me. It turns out that parents who read to their babies that were placed in the neonatal intensive care unit can develop the same feelings of intimacy and bonding as that of parents of healthy newborns that they're able to do right away with their baby. But the second one was a bit of a shock, to me anyway. We know that reading builds vocabulary. However, books contain 50% more unique words than television or the typical conversation between two educated adults. That's 50% more unique words in a book. Now that you know why you should read to your baby as early as possible, let's talk about the how. First, let's talk about how to find a good book, a good read-aloud book. And believe me, the list of books for babies is long, but you can narrow down your choices by looking for a few of the following things when you're choosing a book. First, look for a book that has a simple, repetitive text that are about familiar situations. And a sing-song or rhyming text is ideal. Also, pay attention to your baby's reaction. Watch their arm and leg movements and how they will respond to the rhythmic movement of your reading voice. Also, look for simple, clear pictures against solid backgrounds. Try to avoid the overly busy looking illustrations. And nursery rhymes are always appropriate. You can say them or sing them. There are 3 other tips here for reading aloud to your baby. Sometimes you don't always have a book available, but that's okay because you can narrate daily activities to your baby, like when you're giving them a bath or getting them dressed or feeding them their meal. You can talk about the foods, the names of the clothes they're putting on, the articles that you have for giving them a bath. Frankly, just about any activity has a story in it. Another thing to keep in mind is you may get really tired of reading Brown Bear, What Do You Say for the bazillionth time. But remember, your baby loves the repetition, and that is how they learn. And in fact, in a future video, I'll share with you my list of favorite read aloud books. But for now, I'm going to put the link to Read Aloud Handbook by Jim Trelease so that you can find the link in the description below and check it out. Here's the second how-to when reading to your baby. You need to make reading aloud to your baby a priority in your daily routine. Try to read a few minutes several times a day. All that cuddling while you're reading creates a sense of safety and connection for your baby. And remember earlier in the video when we discussed whether your baby understood every word or not? Well, at first, they do not understand the words, but this is what they will pick up. They're going to pick up on the rhythm, the tone, and the inflections in your voice. So that means read with expression. If there's a daddy bear talking in the story, well then talk like a daddy bear. Or if there's an animal in the story, say a goat, try talking like the animal might sound. You get the idea. Then, as your baby gets older, you can stop occasionally and ask questions or make comments like, "Where's the kitty?" And let your child see if they can find the kitty. And if they don't, it's okay. You help them out and you point and say, "There she is." And you might make a comment like, "Isn't she cute?" or "Isn't she funny?" Encourage your baby to look, touch, and answer questions about the book. This will help them with learning words and social development as well. Now, I have a question for you. How important is reading in your life? Remember, if you want your baby to be excited about reading, then you must be the reading example. And you know what? I get it. Babies take over your life, at least for a little while. In fact, I adopted my 2 children when they were 18 months and 3 years old. I was thrown into motherhood head first, and I know how much time they can take up. But if your baby sees you pick up a book or even a magazine and read for 5 minutes during the day, then the seed is planted in their minds. And on a personal note, I'd like to share with you that I never regretted one moment I spent reading to my own children. Believe me, more than once there were dirty dishes piled in the sink, and the vacuum could have been run a little more often, but reading to them was that important in our home. And finally, to encourage you to make reading important in your home, keep a book or a magazine handy for yourself, and keep a basket of board books or cloth books for your baby to read when they get old enough to crawl and to be able to get to the basket of books. Simply having books in your home and reading them will show your baby that reading is important and indeed something to get excited about. So to help you get a better idea of how your musical baby class creates an exciting reading environment, I'd like to invite you and your baby to take the opportunity to observe an online Your Musical Baby class for free on any Saturday morning. It's easy. All you need to do is use the sign up link in the description below the video to get all the details. They'll come to you in an email. And I hope you will get those details because I'd like to see you and your child in the next Saturday class. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.